I'm at the Picacho Peak Trails trailhead. I'm a little bit northwest of the city of Las Cruces. Hopefully you can discern the Organ Mountain profile up there to the right a little bit. There's the mountain, and let's see, directly over the Picacho Peak Trail sign there's a jagged rock formation, and I'm going to be going there today, and I'm going to be taking a route that I think is the one that is easiest for people to follow. It's not the shortest or the most direct route, but it's probably I think the best way to get there without getting lost. So what I'm going to do is jog along the loop trail. So straight ahead of me now you can see the road that one uses to access this parking area. Some of the feedback I got in a prior video said that, well, gee, how do you get to the parking area? And I think I'll probably put a title card with the Google code in it that you can enter into Google Maps to get the exact coordinates to this spot. So if you're familiar with that process, it would be a good way to find the best way to get to this trailhead that I'm at. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, jog along that loop road there, and let's see, it's hard to get the pointer, just, yeah, right over there. There are some openings in the railing that goes along the road, and the railing consists of wood pylons and metal cable. And there are actually a couple of openings. We'll be going to the first one and turning right, which will take us north along the west side of the mountain to a marked division in the trail that goes up the west side toward those rock formations that will be our destination for today. I've gone 0.19 miles down that loop road, and here's the first opening, the break in the railing. It's clearly marked with all these markers here, and you'll see the trail that goes along, like I said, the west edge of the mountain. And that will get us to a trail that goes up the side to that rock formation I'm talking about. At this point, I've gone a total of 0.56 miles. You can see the peak, and this is being documented because it is a intersection with rock markers and a trail marker. I'll walk up to the trail marker, and you'll see the purple marker pointing along the route we're going to take. The green marker indicates that you could go off to the right, and there's a trail there that goes back toward the trailhead, and that is a perfectly good way to get here. But I think there are some more twists and turns that make it a little harder to follow. This, in my view, is the easiest way to go in the sense that you're least likely to get lost. And let me just comment, there are some twists and turns. Sometimes you're going off to the east, sometimes you're going off to the west, and if you haven't done it before, you might kind of wonder if you're going in the right direction. But I think in general people can follow this pretty well and not have to worry too much. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed up to the next trail junction. Now I'm 0.82 miles. Again, you see the peak to the right, the rock formation that we're going to, and the trail, which is going more or less due north, and you might be able to discern some trail markers up there. So we're going to go ahead and go up to those trail markers and turn right. There's a minor trail here that goes off toward the Box Canyon area. All right, here's the trail junction I was talking about. To the north, you can see some exposed cap rock in an area I call the amphitheater. Off to the left is Box Canyon, and I can actually see the Box Canyon Dam from here, but I suspect in the video it's hard to see. And there's a network of trails that connect the Picacho area with Box Canyon. Somewhere down there, there's a large water tank in an arroyo. That's a nice landmark to be aware of. If you go up to the amphitheater area and take that arroyo off to the right, it'll take you all the way around this mountain. But for today, we're going to be going along this trail up to the rock formations. At this point, I'm 1.08 miles. It's steep enough here. I can't really run. More of a forced march type of pace. Took me 21 minutes to get to this point. Casual hikers, I would estimate, would take about twice that. A lot up and down, some rough trail, but you can see the rock formations over there. I'm going to go along this trail a little bit higher and then veer off and explore the formations much more closely. I'm now 1.14 miles up. In the distance you can see Sleeping Lady with a little observatory there. I can see the Box Canyon Dam and some of the trails out in that area. Notice the trail I'm on now does some hairpins, which makes it longer, easier on the legs, but it also seems to reduce erosion. So I really encourage people not to take shortcuts. Even though it's shorter, it might save you a few minutes. And there's the rock formation that I've been talking about. I call that the Picacho Rock Garden, somewhat reminiscent of City of Rocks north of Deming. Not as extensive, and certainly takes a little more work to get to it, but it's a lot of fun. And just to get a sense of scale, you can see some subtle stalks there. I'm going to estimate those are 10 to 12 feet tall. Same for the Ocotillo. It gives you an idea of how massive these rocks are. There isn't really a trail that goes over there. In general, I want people to go off trail only sparingly. But I always try to find a spot where I think I'm not really going to cause a lot of erosion. And there's a lot of exposed rock there. It's fairly steep. You want to have pretty grippy trail shoes or hiking shoes or boots to go down there. But when you spend most of your time on that exposed rock, you're not risking causing some erosion, which over time could be a problem. Now, there's also some loose rock here, so hopefully I'll be able to do this without falling. Sorry, it's going to make the video a little longer for me to pick my way around slowly, but I think it's the right way to do it. I'm going to pull out the phone and look at the preview to see what you guys are seeing. Yeah. Apparently it's not going to show me the preview. Hopefully you can see a pretty good view of these formations. Personally, I find it awe-inspiring. Even though I've been here several times, it's just a mind-expanding experience to come out here and see these really bizarre geometric forms. Notice there's a juniper perched up on that rock spire. Not so much here, but in some areas those kinds of things are ecologically important, because if you got a wildfire coming through, destroying all the specimens in the area, the ones that are up high tend to survive, and that can be a reservoir for seed and pollen to allow the plant to repopulate its original native area. Now, I'm wearing running shorts and my legs are going to get scratched up a bit. I recommend most people who come this way wear long pants, maybe jeans, assuming it's temperature friendly. There's a cactus there. It's a Coryphantha macromeris, sometimes called the Doniana. In the spring it tends to have really beautiful magenta flowers that are frequented by bees. The tall spiky plants are Ocotea. I believe it's pronounced Fucoria splendens. Might get the pronunciation wrong there. Those are classic desert plants. And by the way, they're considered woody bushes. They're not actually cactus. A lot of people talk about them as though they're cactus, and technically they are not. And there's a yucca, which I believe is banana yucca, Yucca baccata, similar to the Torres yucca that you see in other places that grow very tall stalks. These ones have a low growth habit. There's a fishhook barrel cactus. Let me get out of the sun so it get a better view of it. That one is flowered and is producing fruit pods that not quite ready to come off. I'm going to leave it alone. I hear they're edible. I personally prefer to not eat them. I just leave them in their natural state and let them do their thing. This morning angular sun, I think, is really nice. And anyone who's doing still photography might want to consider coming out here this time of day or later in the evening when the sun is low in the sky to the west.